What's good, people? Welcome to Stack Sats or Die Trying. This is the Bitcoin Only Show brought to you by the Hood. I'm your host, as always. My name is Jimmy. I want to say thank you to all of our supporters for Stack Sats or Die Trying. I'm very excited. Yesterday had week 4 of our summer camp, with the youth, kids ages 5 and up, as we do every year. This is our 10th camp. We got to talk about Bitcoin, this past weekend, and it was amazing to see the youth gravitate towards Bitcoin. So, because it's a Stack Sats or Die Trying, I got to tell you that I'm excited about that. Also, we had a community event in Philadelphia Saturday afternoon. So, got a lot of folks to come out there, got to speak about Bitcoin out there as well. So really excited about what's going on in the community here in Philadelphia, as well as, our camp that we have online. And there's a lot going on in the world of Bitcoin. The Bitcoin conference is taking place. Trump spoke, RFK spoke, a lot of great speakers, Michael Saylor, so on and so forth. And I don't want to talk about any of that. I am here to talk about my love affair with Fold Inc., the Bitcoin company. And it's a reason why I want to have this conversation, right? Fold is not paying me for this. They can if they wanted to. I would love a Fold sponsorship, because Fold is Fold is my single favorite Bitcoin company, and I'll explain why in this episode. Also, if you'd like a link to sign up for Fold, it will be in the show notes as well as the description. I talk about Fold constantly. In fact, I have 98 people. I'm looking at my Fold account. I have 98 people that were referred to Fold. So I'm trying to hit 100. So if a couple of y'all want to sign up for Fold, let me hit 100 just so I could brag on that, man. I'm already in the Fold 10 million SAT club. For those on Twitter, you already know what that's about. But it's the reason I want to have this conversation about Fold as a Bitcoin company, because, we talk about Bitcoin every week on Stack Sats or Die Trying. We talk about security. We talk about the idea of understanding what Bitcoin means in terms of valuation. We talk about why it's important to stack sats for your family and for your future. But I think we're maturing into a place now where you're starting to see Bitcoin companies, which will be the next big companies in the world. And I think Fold is poised to kind of like be in that space and be something that we can be talking about in the future. Like, man, remember Jimmy did that episode talking about Fold? And again, this is not sponsored. They are not paying me. You can sign up, and it is an affiliate link. You can sign up if you want to. If you don't want to, that's cool too. Maybe you hate me, but you like watching the show. I love you anyway. And I'm such a huge Fold fan, and I've been expressing that online. In fact, shout out to the people from Fold, because they follow me on Twitter. I follow them, and because I'm always talking about the benefits of using their card. And like I mentioned, I've got over 10 million sats just from using the Fold card. It has helped me in my journey, because it's helped me orange pill folks that aren't willing to kind of go all in like I do. But who doesn't want to get sats back for doing something that they're going to do anyway? You're going to shop on Amazon anyway, so go get the Amazon gift card. And Fold has enabled me to kind of live on the Bitcoin standard. And I'm going to tell you why. Fold now has direct deposit. Fold allows me, and I've talked about this in the past, to leave my capital in Bitcoin, and when I'm ready to spend, just make the transfer right there within Fold. I've talked in the past about using things such as Referral, Bitcoin.co, and all these various different companies that allow me to live on Bitcoin. But what I found over the last couple months is I haven't used Refill in months at this point, or Bitcoin, the other Bitcoin company, Bitcoin.co. Haven't used any of them, because Fold has put in some features that allow me to just use Fold. In fact, just this past, I say within the last 2 weeks, about 3 people asked me a question, and I had to think about it when I answered the question. They asked me, they said, yo, you talk about Swan and Strike and other, those are the 3 primary companies that I use. They said, why not just do everything through Fold? And, I thought about it, and I gave, some answers, right? Because I have my Swan going on DCA that's been going on for years, but Fold now has DCA. Fold is a little cheaper. Fold allows me to put some that I can use as my spending, but also send off to cold storage. And it made me think, why am I using all these companies, right? And I keep telling you that it's not sponsored by Fold. People say, man, you're just sitting here glazing Fold, for 10, 15 minutes. And it's not that. It's just that as we start to have these conversations and start talking about living on the Bitcoin standard, right? And I know a lot of people got pushed back, because if you were with Fold early on, the rewards were insane, right? But they had to kind of taper those down to make this a long-term profitable company. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate everything that they do over there at the company. They're always coming up with new stuff. The new UI is just beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. But they also had an announcement this week that I want to talk about. So the whole Bitcoin conference is going on. Everybody's excited about like what the people are saying on stage. I saw the full news and got even more excited. I saw the new UI and I'm like, man, I'm at the point now where I'm ready, and I know this sounds crazy because we talk about decentralization and not having everything in one space, but this doesn't really do that because I still can move the cold storage, but I'm ready to move everything to Fold. And outside of that, let me share this article with you guys, right? Let me stop glazing Fold for a second and share this article, which was news from Fold that I found very, very interesting, right? So Fold to go public. That's right. Fold is going public and will be available on the public markets. And I'm going to read some of this. This comes directly from their blog. You can also just Google it and see a lot of the news stories about it. But for those listening to the audio, shout out to you guys. Appreciate you for listening to Stack Sats every week because those numbers are through the roof. So much love to the audio listeners. But it says Fold to go public as the first pure play financial services company powered by Bitcoin. And it says with over 1,000 Bitcoin in its corporate treasury, Fold is building the financial products of tomorrow amid a wave of global Bitcoin adoption. So the first thing I saw when I saw that, I said, okay, the Michael Saylor playbook. Here we go. Now, more from the article. The blog rather. Market-leading Bitcoin cashback debit card and merchant reward with integrated insured Bitcoin custody and no-fee trading. Since inception in 2019, over 2 billion aggregate transaction volume processed and over 45 million aggregate Bitcoin rewards distributed. They've given out over 45 million in Bitcoin rewards. God bless Fold. Newly launched Bitcoin rewards on bill pay, including mortgage, rent, and credit card bills. Yes, Fold has its own bill pay at Fold. Wow. So in my classes and things in the past, I would give you guys the PayPal hack, right? But that's what it was. Now they have their own bill pay. And, I've paid mortgages and things on Fold. They've established partnerships with industry leaders, including Visa, BitGo, and Marqeta. Flywheel effect generated by Fold's Bitcoin powered business line, increasing Fold's Bitcoin treasury as Bitcoin adoption spreads, driving volume and customer acquisition, right? So they are going public and they're using a SPAC. And I'm not going to break down what a SPAC is. You can do your Googles, but it's a special purpose acquisition company. So right now they're trading under the ticker, which will be eventually changed. But right now it's EMLD is what they're trading under because, yes, you can actually go buy. And I went and bought a couple hundred shares myself. And I understand everybody knows I go through fundamental and technical analysis when buying stocks. And with this, to be completely transparent with you, I love Fold so much. I just went and bought some shares. You know what I mean? Like I always got little slush money that I do like when I want to do something crazy. But I think, just in my heart of hearts that this can actually turn out to be a great investment. I look at something like Square or Cash App and what they're doing. Fold is taking it to the next level in terms of how they communicate about Bitcoin, how they talk about Bitcoin. By them running the Michael Saylor play, it becomes a proxy for actually holding Bitcoin outside of its core businesses. So for me, someone who is 100% all in on Bitcoin, this to me is a no-brainer. So I appreciate what they're doing. Let me share some other stuff with you. I'm not going to finish reading the article. I will leave the link to that blog post within the show notes as well as the description. So those that haven't seen this yet, I put it in all my groups. I put it in my trading group. I put it in, all my various groups to let people know because they are already tired of me hearing me talk about Fold anyway. So, we'll see what happens with this. But it's also something else I want to share. My trading view screen because I was looking up the SPAC here. And what was interesting about it, right? There's not a lot of information now because everything hasn't really transpired as of yet. But what's interesting to me is the company is headquartered in Philadelphia, PA. Had no idea about that. So shout out to EMLD and shout out to Fold for making this next step in their journey, right? Of being the greatest Bitcoin company there is. I like to call them the Bitcoin standard company because everything they've put in place allows you to operate in a space of Bitcoin. Now, we do understand that most merchants right now do not accept Bitcoin. So then I have to think, all right, well, if most merchants don't accept Bitcoin, how the hell am I going to live on a Bitcoin standard? I still need to actually go back to fiat just to make purchases, but I don't want to lose my purchasing power. This is how I use Fold, right? a percentage of everything that I put in my Fold account automatically, and that's also another feature they put in, automatically converts to Bitcoin, sits in Bitcoin, right? So I went shopping this week, for some clothes. Everything's in Fold. So before I walk into the store, I hit the button, turn it over to cash, to fiat. While I'm in the store, going around looking at, what I'm looking at. By the time I'm ready to, go pay for my goods, it's already in fiat. Boom, swipe it out. Whatever's left over, I move right back into Bitcoin. So I am truly living the Bitcoin standard thanks to Fold, and it's got me very excited. I'm looking forward to the future. I feel like it's eliminated me from having to have so many apps, right? I talk about simplicity a lot on the show. I talk about simplicity as it relates to my real estate journey, my stock market journey, and also my Bitcoin journey. Fold has made things really simplistic for me. I don't need to have so many exchanges that I got to go check this, check that, blah. I'm going back and forth doing all these things. I don't need that at this point. Fold also has made it so I can, don't get me wrong, I still use Cash App for one reason, because I'm part of the Philadelphia Bitcoin community. And a lot of times we trade goods and services via Bitcoin. And what I'll do there is I'll leave a little bit on Cash App, because we use the Lightning Network over there on Cash App just to send things back and forth within that space. And there's certain people that I do business with where we use the Lightning Network. So I leave a little bit on Cash App for that. They got rid of my beloved Phoenix. So, but so I'm still, and I do still operate my own node and got a little bit on there as well. But I mean, for the most part, like Fold has just changed my day-to-day activity. So if you haven't checked them out, hit the link in the show notes as well, the description. Like, it is an affiliate link. I'll be at 1,000% with you. I just need 2 more people, because I'm just trying to hit 100, man. I'm trying to hit 100 people referred to Fold, because I want to join that club. And in terms of my personal use of Fold, with the sats back, anytime I make an Amazon purchase, I'm going to Fold first to get an Amazon card. I probably use DoorDash a little bit too much, right? But DoorDash card, right? So I'm catching Ubers, right? After I burn the money that Amex gives me every year for Ubers, the first thing I do now is I go to Fold. Give me some Uber cards. Fill up my Uber account. You know what I mean? When I get gas. So I'm using Fold in these various ways to stack sats. And, that's the name of our show, Stack Sats or Die Trying. So now I'm going to buy all my Bitcoin here. I'm going to use it to, my shopping money that I need. Like, I call it my Wham account. You know what I'm saying? For those from the streets of Philly, we know what Wham is. In Philly, we got this saying in Philly in the streets, we call it Wham. And it stands for walk around money. So my walk around money, when money I need to transact that, is not necessarily my stack that's in cold storage. My Wham, I leave my Wham right with Fold, right in Bitcoin. And when I'm ready to spend, hit the button, Wham goes to fiat, boom, throw it right back into the Wham. So my Wham is I stay funding the Wham, and y'all can feel free to steal that slang. That's a Philly thing. It is what it is. But, I'm just very excited about Fold. So I decided to do this whole show about Fold. I'm not sitting up here just glazing Fold. They're not paying me for this. I've already been transparent. I guess at this point I am a shareholder, right? You know what I mean? Shout out to Fold, man. Letting us, become shareholders. Something else I want to share with you before I get out of here. That's enough Fold glazing for the day. Salute to the folks at Fold, Will Reeves and all the folks at Fold. I appreciate the work that you do and what you've done to enable me to live on the Bitcoin standard. Is nothing short but just awesome, man. And now I get to be a shareholder and go through the journey with you guys. So I'm very excited. Only thing I gotta do now is get me a job. I gotta get me a job at Fold, and then it's like, then I hit the trifecta. But that's either here nor there, man. We're gonna stack sats to die trying. Last thing I want to share is this before I get out of here, because this is part of Bitcoin culture as well, and it's something that we talked about in the past. We just talked about Fold with Bitcoin on his treasury. How about this one right here? Jersey City's pension fund will invest in Bitcoin ETFs, right? So Jersey City Mayor Stephen Fulop said Thursday the city's pension fund will invest in Bitcoin ETFs. In May, the state of Wisconsin Investment Board revealed it owned $163 million worth of spot Bitcoin ETF shares. So now Jersey City is jumping on board. As I told you, every episode, you'll hear more and more of this. I know my hardcore Bitcoiners do not appreciate the ETF the way that I do. But the reason I appreciate the ETF the way that I do is because I understand that this will allow entities and companies to get in a way that they couldn't do with cold storage, right? I am a member of an all-black investment group here in Philadelphia known as IB Big, right? And, we have a board, we have all the things, and the Bitcoin ETF allowed us to take some of our holdings and put into Bitcoin where it's transparent for all of our shareholders. and it's helping us grow our wealth in Bitcoin outside of our other investments. So because I had that little inside information, I understood what this would mean. But now you're seeing Jersey City, Wisconsin, and you will continuously see more that are able to do this in a way they wouldn't be able to do with cold storage. Now, there's some that were able to do it with cold storage, those that were like real hardcore Bitcoiners that understood the value proposition and also how to do it. But you'll see bigger entities now using the ETF as a way to get into the space, which to me overall is good for Bitcoin adoption. I know that a lot of my hardcore Bitcoiners disagree with me in that, and I'm okay with that, right? Like, I didn't get into Bitcoin to make friends. I didn't get into Bitcoin there's no one on this planet that I agree with 100% of the time. Shit, I barely agree with myself all the time. But I do try to be an independent thinker, get information, put some thought into it, think about how I see things playing out. And I see the ETF overall being a net positive for the space. And this is just another example. I will also put the link to this article in the show notes as well as the description. But just understand, Jersey City is investing in some sats now. So we got Jersey City, we got we got Fold with their balance sheet. We got Fold going public, a lot going on in the Bitcoin space. And the crazy part is I'm not even really talking about the biggest Bitcoin conference there is happening this week in Nashville, and everything around that, because I'm so excited about what's happening with Fold that that's what I wanted to talk about this week. And also I don't want anybody to say in the future when Fold is joining the S&P 500 that I didn't tell you about them going public. Side note, anything I say on this episode is not investment advice. It's for educational and informational purposes only. I am talking about what I love, what I do, and sharing that with you guys. But I'm excited about the journey. I'm in the street still talking about Bitcoin. Shout out to all the parents that that have supported us again and put their kids in our camp. The kids' grasp of Bitcoin is going to be crazy. They are going to be just complete financial wizards by the time they get them to be my age, because they're getting the information and education at such an early age. I will continue to do so. I'm working on going back behind the prisons now to teach more Bitcoin. So I'm excited about being able to get in the community and share my enthusiasm and my love of Bitcoin and finance in general. So that's what's happening this summer. Appreciate all the support of Stack Sats or Die Trying. We haven't been really doing our Wednesday podcast a lot because our camp is going on, and we're consistently, putting information out for the camp. So really haven't been able to. And by the way, I'm doing this from one of my homes in Philadelphia. You can hear actually, that was emergency services. That wasn't the police. But, this is real authentic, so I don't even want to pause it or cut that out. It is what it is. But a lot going on. I've been invited to speak. I've been invited to speak at the Black Blockchain Summit at Howard University in a couple months. So you'll probably see me there speaking on Bitcoin. It's for all the top minds, all the top, Black folks in the, they call it the crypto space. I'm only talking about sats, and I'm all the shit coiners. I'm up there talking crazy to them. So that'll be going on, I believe, in the end of August or the beginning of September. But I'll put more information about that as it gets to be closer. Also, I've been invited to speak in the Netherlands in December. So I'm going back and forth. I think I'm going to go ahead and do this, right? So I'll be overseas talking about Bitcoin and land, because those are the only things I care about, Bitcoin and land. Oh, my family, and my wife as well. But Satoshis and land is what I like to talk about. So you'll see me talking about those probably in the Netherlands. That is December 4th or 5th. So if anybody watches Stack Sats or Die Trying, you're in the Netherlands, man, shoot me a message. Let's get together when I'm out there. Show me where to get some good food at. You know what I'm saying? I'm always down to, talk about sats and eat some good food. So I'll be in the Netherlands in December. DC coming up soon. But I appreciate the support, and I'm in Philly every day, all day. So, any questions, concerns, you need help with anything, reach out to me. I'm not one of those folks that charge for everything, and a lot of you can attest to that. You've asked me questions. I do consultant work with companies and other folks, but for the most part, if you just hit me up and ask me a simple question, I got you. Not that I know everything, because I don't, but I am a student. I am a lifelong student, and I will continue to do so. But remember, man, Fold is where it's at, man. Hit the link to sign up for Fold if you haven't already signed up for Fold, man. I need let me just get 2 people, y'all. Look out for me, y'all. I love y'all, man. Please stay safe out there. Check us out Friday. We do a live every Friday, and we actually give away Bitcoin every Friday. We've been doing that for a couple of years now. We've given away thousands and thousands of dollars in Bitcoin in terms of our live events, as well as every Friday we give away Bitcoin. We've given away thousands, and I'm excited about that. So this Friday, 7 p.m., join us. We'll give away some Bitcoin. Love you guys. Stay safe, and remember, stack sats or die trying. Peace.